That's mine and Eddie's music. They're going Viva la Raza. That's my voice and that's Eddie's voice.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we recorded that. We would say we lie, we cheat, we steal, and we'd say, and we recorded Viva la Raza. That's my voice on their entrance.
Okay, so let me throw 3 letters at you. LWO.
Okay, so I love the LWO in WCW. It was awesome, even though I wasn't part of it, and Rey was not a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Eddie's thing, and it was great. It was awesome. I used to wear the shirts off camera, like in the gym and stuff. Now, WWE's kind of, God, it's kind of like Hollywood, how it redoes these movies because they can't really think
kind
of
it. Like what Creed 3 has done.
Well, I like Creed thing. They kind of redid it. But look, like when Hollywood remade, and now I'm in Hollywood now, so I'm not bagging on Hollywood.
I know that.
When Hollywood redid Footloose, I'm like, really? Like you can't think of anything better? You got to redo Footloose, or they're redoing some of these movies, and some are good and some really aren't good. So to me, I'm kind of like, okay, so Rey Mysterio's angles right now, and it's nothing against Rey, because Rey, don't get me wrong, Rey has some say in it, because anything he's way up there, but anything with Eddie's name and this kind of stuff, he's going to have a little say in it. But what's the 2 angles they're in? They're in I'm Your Poppy, which that was from 2003, 2004, and they're doing LWO Rehash, which was in 97.
But it's brand new to the current fans.
But it's okay. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna go have Macho Man get married again? Okay, are we gonna have a guy with long hair saying "Say your prayers, eat your vitamins," and just call him something else? It's the same.
Were you outraged when you saw the LWO?
Absolutely not. I didn't really care. I was like, hey, cool, because look at the start of their music. That's mine and Eddie's music. They're going Viva la Raza. That's my voice and that's Eddie's voice.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
We recorded that. We would say we lie, we cheat, we steal, and we'd say, and we recorded Viva la Raza. That's my voice on their entrance. So why would I hate that? I'm like, hey, congratulations, and I like the guys doing it. I used to call him Phantasma or Cuerno. Gosh, from Lucha Underground. Escobar, he was awesome in Lucha Underground. I was a huge fan, and we still talk back and forth all the time. We love each other. He's awesome. The other guys are doing really, really well also. I'm super happy to see it take off again and give some Latinos some respect.
Yeah.
But it's kind of rehashing it. I mean, it's just like redoing everything. Some movies that Hollywood redoes are good. Some aren't that good.
So when Rey came out at last WrestleMania to the Los Guerreros theme, you were okay with that?
I was okay with it, but I'm like, okay, guys, really now it's almost taking it too far. He's coming out with that was mine and Eddie's music and entrance. Like literally, he's coming out with what we used to do with the lowriders and all that kind of stuff. And he's got Snoop driving, and he's got mine and Eddie's music. He didn't have Eddie's music. He had Los Guerreros music.
Now, is this Rey Mysterio, or is this the writing crew at WWE?
Well, Rey was probably writing crew a lot, but Rey's got say in it. If Rey wouldn't say, hey, no, I don't want to do that, that's too close to Eddie, they would have, okay, let's not do that. They're going to listen to him for sure. But he's got some say in it. So I'm still, hey, great. Thank you guys. Awesome. Rey, congratulations. Awesome. People ask me, and they have asked me, because some people have caught on to it, and they say, hey, that was Los Guerreros music. Are you getting royalties from that? No, I'm not.
Would you have liked somebody to have called you and said, would you mind if we did this?
Well, you always want anybody, anytime they use any of the stuff that you came up with.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, technically, from the rights, WWE owns that. We, did that on the TV. So technically, Viva la Raza. I trademarked Viva la Raza. I own Viva la Raza.
Okay.
So if you look at any of the stuff that Eddie's Eddie's merchandise before, probably like 5 years before, said Viva La Raza on it, and I sent a cease and desist to WWE, and they changed to Latino Heat because I own that. But that before I trademarked that, we already had Viva La Raza on. I don't really know exactly how that works, but so hey, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight WWE? No.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm cool with it. You got me on that. Great. They don't.
And it does make people remember the Guerreros.
And just remember this: WWE rewrites, and this is not a bitter thing. Just saying what it is. They rewrite wrestling history to really benefit WWE.
Sure.
Anytime it's not like let's say the NFL. The NFL, I don't care if a player is in a lawsuit with the NFL or there's an issue with the player. If that player is deserving to be in Hall of Fame, they put him in the Hall of Fame. WWE will only put wrestlers in the Hall of Fame that they still are on good terms with. It's not like they're putting people that well, some people would turn them down, of course. Yeah. But that's WWE rewrites wrestling history a little bit to benefit them. And I mean, that's just, everybody knows that. I mean, anybody who's in business kind of sees that. You see that, right?
If it works, of course. Yeah.
You see that, right? Of course. Yeah. So it's just being like real, I mean, guys, I love it. I'm not mad at Ray. I love Ray. In fact, I texted Ray before all of this stuff. I gave him a heads up and he was cool with it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So the fans of Rey Mysterio that were really offended by what you said, what do you want to say to them?
I got you. I got you.
All
I got you. I guess I don't have to wrestle even if people still get you mad.
Oh, hook, line, and sinker.
The way it goes. We learned a thing or two. I had some really, really good heel teachers. Yeah. In fact, when I did all this and then came out, I had like a 3-word response, 3 or 4 word response from Eric Bischoff, and he said, "Fabulous." Effing fabulous or something, outstanding, outstanding, something like that. He loved it. He was like,
I couldn't believe. When they told me what you said, and then I read it, I was like, "What's with this guy? He's one of the nicest people I know." It was like,
I got you.
Like I said, hook, line, and sinker. So let's move on to some other Guerrero things that are going on online and in the internet. Mercedes Mone, of course, Sasha Banks, doing the frog splash in honor of Eddie Guerrero. She's rocking all over Japan with this. Tell us your feeling on that.
Well, you know what? The frog splash, we don't own that. That was Art Barr originally. There was another splash.
Right.
Art Barr started doing the frog. He looked like a frog. So Eddie said, "Hey, you look like a frog. Let's flick a frog splash." So he started doing it. After he passed away, then Eddie took that over. That was really Art Barr's. Other people started doing that, of course, like, Rob Van Dam, and God, there's some other people that do so beautiful. Yeah. Then when Eddie passed away, I started doing that as a tribute to Eddie. So, hey, that's awesome. I love it. It's like, hey, just know, guys, that's a tribute to Eddie.
How well do you know her?
I've never met her.
Okay.
I've never met her. She's a big fan. I know Cassie, who was a big Eddie fan as well. There's so many different Eddie fans, and she comes out with some of his replica of his tights and stuff sometimes. So I don't know Mercedes, but I'm super happy to see her kicking it and doing really well in outside of just WWE. What happens a lot of times is a lot of people that claim, I love wrestling, and they're in WWE, and then it doesn't work out, where they're like, well, I'm going to stop wrestling. I'm like, well, how much did you really love it? She actually is out in Japan kicking butt, and that's a joke. They're giving it to you there, and she's continued to do it. So I'm like, hats off to her. Really, yeah. And then she just
take the hat off. Come on.
She just what's that?
So take the hat off. Come on.
Well, the hat.
You just said hats off to her.
I shaved it. I shaved it off.
And I've still got my comb over. All right.
Mercedes came out, the last time I saw, she came out with the Black Tiger mask on. I'm like, hey, that's a pretty cool little tribute. I always loved that mask, and Eddie killed it. Now, of course, there's been other Black Tigers since then, but hers, and before then, he was the second. Rollerball Rocco was the original. Then Eddie, then Silver King kicked it for a while, and I think Ricky Reyes did it last. So, pretty cool. I'm anything cool with wrestling that propels it. I love that.
All right, I want to move on to another Guerrero thing that's been in the news, and our staff said, "Well, ask him about it." this whole Vickie Guerrero thing that is going on right now.
I really can't
so
comment on that
unfortunate.
one too much. That's really between her and her daughter,
Yeah.
and just support her daughter 100% in her coming out against the allegations. But that's really between them two, and I don't want to interject myself into that.
Do you keep in touch with any of the Guerreros at this point?
I keep in touch with all of the other girls, and I keep in touch with Eddie's daughters. Yes, I don't really talk to Vickie. We don't talk, especially after this and her response. I was kind of like, oh, that's just not good.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. But like I said, it's not my business, and that's something I wanted to stay out of. For sure.
All right.